Hey guys, Joe's back, and I have another deck profile for y'all. This is a ghostrick deck profile, but this isn't like a a la carte top pro deck. You know, this is the cards I was able to use or have at my disposal to build it. So it's probably not like, what can I say, like top priority, but it works. It's not that bad in my opinion. It does pretty well. So let's get into the monster lineup first. I'm running 2 Ghostrick Stein. Stein's useful. I wouldn't run 3 of them because 3 is too much. You know, he's probably 16 attack. Basically gives you spell and trap for Ghostrick. He's useful, but I would run him at 2. 2 at best. 1 is even useful, but I like to run 2. Next, Ghostrick Werewolf. Another one, sort of like Stein, but this guy works a little bit better. But I feel like 3 of him is can hurt you. I don't know. 3 of them is kind of hurt you because you don't use the effect once per turn, so you can't really double it. So having 3 of them and getting draw, it's not worth it. But he basically does 100 points of damage for each set card in the field, so he's pretty good. If you flip him up first, your opponent's gonna take some decent damage that can add up pretty quick. Round 3 Ghostrick Yugioh. He is your searcher. He's a 3 must-have in any Ghostrick deck. He's your searcher. You need him. He's pretty good. You need a searcher. I'll run 3 Ghostrick Doll. Doll works like Yugioh over here, but she can help you get she puts everything face up, face down at the end phase, and gets you a summon in response. So another searcher, but searcher summon, which is also good. So you can probably run 2 of her, but I would like to run 3, so I get that extra ability, search power, and like extra support. So I run 3 for her. Next is Ghostrick Spectre. Same with Yugioh. A 3 for him is a must, because he's basically like your monster gets he's basically draw power. Because if you get your Ghostrick destroyed, then he comes down onto the field and replaces him and face down, and then you can draw the card and respond. So 3 of him is always useful because he's like a must have. Ghostrick Spectre, he's a must for 3. I run 2 Ghostrick Yeti. Yeti is like your protector and your defender, so 3 of him is kind of too much. You really only need to use 2. I wouldn't want to run 1 of him. 1 is a bit weak, so not good defensive. So 2 of him is always good. I run 3 Ghostrick Jack Frost. Jack Frost is good for blocking for direct attacks, and you get with your field spells, you're gonna be able to hit directly. So with him, you can easily just use him to send them out to negate the attack, and having 3 protectors is good. It's pretty good. So 3 of him is always 3 Jack Frost is good, but you could run 2, but I'd rather run 3 to have that extra backup direct attack blocker. And I run 3 Ghostrick Yugioh. She is really actually pretty good. You can run 2, but 3 of her works really well. Because basically she is like, she gets destroyed by battle, then your opponent monster stays flip face down for good, basically, so they sacrifice it or something. They can't do anything with it besides that. So I mean, usually 2 is good, but for my personal preference, 3 gives you that extra power. It's just like your opponent, you can screw your opponent up. So, yes. I run 2 skeleton. He is basically your deck destructor. So again, 3 of him is a bit much. He can only use the effect once per turn. So it's like werewolf. 3 is too much. 2 is useful. 2 works really well, more than 1 would. So that's what I like. And he's basically, this banishes cards from your opponent's top of the deck face down for how many ghostricks on the field. So if you pop out 5, have other 5, and pop 4 out, flex up 4 other ghostricks and face him up, that's 5 cards your opponent loses. That's gonna really hurt your opponent. So he's really good. He's really useful. I run 2 ghostrick mummy. Mummy gives you that extra summon, it's like a double summon for ghostricks. 3 of them is kind of much. You can really use 1 and work with it, but I'd rather have 2, so I know I have that extra summoner. There's no summoner out there when I need it. And then this is probably the last of the ghostrick lineup. I run 2 ghostrick wits. I was debating to use 3 of her, but I feel like 2 is really all you kind of need, because she's useful, but 3 to me, 3 of her is like a kind of a bad draw. You really only can use 2. Really 2 is at best to use for ghostrick witch. She basically flips your opponent's monster face down, which is useful. So you have low defense and you can just kill it. But 3 of her is kind of hurting you, so 2 at best. And probably the only non-ghostrick I have in this deck is the Supremacy Sun. He is overall a very, very good card. So he can be used in a lot of different decks. He's really good. If he gets destroyed by anything, you just discard a card, somehow and bring him right back. Or 3,000 attack defender. He's just really good. That's why I put him in here. He's just really good. Alright, now on to spells. 1 towards Revealing Light. You could probably run 2 to 3, but I would only run 1 of Revealing Light. I would probably run more Concealed and Reveal, but both are useful. Both are good. Then I run 1 Swords of Custodian Light. I would run 2 to 3 of this, but I only have one. So I only have 1 of this card, so that's why I only have run 1. But I would run 2 to 3 because this card is a must for ghostricks. It's a must. So, but I just run 1 because that's all I have. Of course, 2 MST. 3 is too much for in the ghostrick deck. So you can really use 1. If you want that extra support for like Sword of Conceal or something, but I would run 2 because 1 to replace the extra Swords of Conceal, so that's why I run 2 MSD. 2 Mansion. You don't want to run 3, just 2. You don't want to run too many field spells. Mansion is probably one of the better ones because it halves any battle damage dealt by gone ghostricks, so it's really good, so it can help you survive longer. 3 is too much. 3 to me is a bit much because you don't want to just draw it and just you can't really use it at that point, and it's just you draw it when you need to, when you really need it, and 2 is probably what you want to play it at. I'm on 1 Museum. Museum is useful, but you really only need 1. You don't really need any more because that could hurt you. And then I run 1 Fissure because, well, Fissure is always useful. It's good to have in a deck. That's probably it for the spells, and now for the traps. 3 Ghostrick Scare. Scare is really good. Scare is a must-have in a deck. 3 is a must for Ghostrick usually, so it's not really self-explanatory. You flip your cards up, flip your opponents down. I only flip 1 down, but it's good. It's good. 3 is a must-have in this deck. You could do 2, but 3 is like really useful. 2 Ghostrick Knight. 3 of these is terrible. I tried to run 3 of Knight. It's bad, very bad. 2 is probably all you want to run. You can even run 1. But I like to run 2 just to have that extra, help out there, so, yeah. It's useful because if you have your ghostricks face up, your opponent can't flip someone, and if this thing gets destroyed, your opponent can't attack. So that's pretty good. Can we attack just that turn though? 2 ghostrick vanish. I realize vanish is better with 2 than 1. 3 is too much again. Like night, it's too much. So 2 is good. It basically just protects your ghostricks from being destroyed by card effects, targeted by card effects. So it's pretty good. Same thing with ghostrick go around. You don't need 3. You really only need 2 because basically like flip yours up, monster up, flip your opponent's monster down, or flip your monster down, or flip your opponent's monster up. It's pretty good. So I'll run 2. 3 is a bit much again. It's another one of those too much cards. 1 gravity bind. You really don't need more than 1 gravity bind. Gravity bind is really good for ghostricks because it's all of them are like 3 and under. So this is really good. It's really useful. I'll just run 1. Don't run. No, if you could run more, but I think 1 is kind of enough. 1 shadow spell. Shadow spell is always a good trap card, so it's good to have 1 in here. You could put 2, but I would just use 1 because you don't need too many. You don't need too many. Like you don't really need too. I don't know. You don't really need 2, but 1's really best. But you could use 2 if you choose to. Same with Secretary Armor, you could bruise 2 but I choose 1. 1's kind of enough. 1 Wabuku's good. Of course, again, you can use 2, but I just use 1. And then last is Regeki Break. 1 of this card is really all you need. Anymore, I don't know. That's not a bad card. It's just, I don't know. 1 is kind of really all you need. You could bop out 2, same with the other ones, but I just want 1. So that's the main portion of the deck. I do not own Alucard, so yeah. Like I said, this is all I managed to come up with. It's not bad. It's not a bad deck. So I only have 1 Soki boss. I would probably want to run 2 of her because she's pretty good. So she basically. If you have a ghostrick, she can't be targeted for attacks, and you can attach XYZ material and destroy 1 monster in the field with combined attacks, or less with all the ghostricks, which is good. And then that monster card one cannot be used. So I'll run 2 of her, but I only have 1, so that's why. She's the only one. 1 Delahan. I'll probably want to run 2 of him again. He's useful. He gets a boosted attack for each ghostrick on the field, including himself, and then you can attach 1 and unit, and you can make 1 of your opponent's monster lose. Take 1 ghostrick card and give her, and banish it, and make your opponent's monster lose that much attack, which is good. 2 Shadowlet. Shadowlet is overall a pretty decent number XYZ, so it's good to run 2. It's good for him to be in here. I just feel like he's useful. One number 43 Manipulator Souls to go with your Shadowlet. So I have 2 of him. His effect works with numbers, so he is useful. 1 Miserum, the String Djinn. The Djinns are pretty good, so just I put him in here because he's helpful. Same with Tempo, Percussion Djinn, same thing with him with Mirzum. Shining Elf. Shining Elf's a pretty good level 2, rank 2 XYZ, so he's in here. Mirror the Starbearer, pretty much same things. He's a pretty decent level 1 star XYZ, at least in effect. Gachi Gantetsu for, well, basically the stall tactic. He's good in here to, hold off ground. And then same with Armored Kappa, basically double the boosted defense. So it's pretty good. He's pretty good. And then basically you can discard a card and your monsters can't be a sort of battle. You take no battle damage, so Armored Kappa is pretty good. So yeah, that's basically the deck. Tell me what y'all think about it. Overall actually works pretty well. Actually pretty decent ghostrick deck, even though I don't got Alucard or a Lantern or Mary and Ghoul. So yeah, maybe I might make an update this if I manage to get any other ones. So right now this is my ghostrick deck profile, and tell me what y'all think in the comments if y'all can comment, because for some reason my other Cyber Dragon deck profile video won't let you all comment. So if you can't comment, then try to message me on YouTube like another way, or and tell me what y'all think. So yeah, this is Jeb saying goodbye. See y'all later. Hopefully y'all enjoy the deck profile for my ghostrick deck.